20 tactics, explained one move at a time. See how many you can spot before I do. White to play, what's the move? Checkmate. The rook walks right in, backed up by the pawn. Black to move, can you spot it? Checkmate. The queen walks right in, backed up by the bishop. Your move, what's best for black here? We fork the king and the queen, check. The king must move, so we win the queen. So the queen comes off, just as promised, check. White takes our knight. We grab a free bishop. That leaves us a piece for a pawn up. White to play. What would you play? Two targets at once. The king and the rook are forked, check. The king has to step away, and the rook is ours. And we help ourselves to the rook. That leaves us a piece up. White to play, what's the move? We check the king, and that forces mate in 1. Forced, the only move. Checkmate, the queen walks right in, backed up by the rook. White to move, can you spot it? We check the king, it's forced to move, and that forces mate in 2. Forced, the only move. We give up the queen on purpose, it forces checkmate in 1. Black takes the bait. Checkmate, a classic back rank mate. The king is sealed in behind its own pawns. Your move, what's best for black here? The queen is caught, every escape fails, so it's ours. White grabs our rook. We win the queen for our rook. That leaves us ahead on material. Black to play. What would you play? A royal fork. Check on the king, and the bishop can't be saved. White has to answer the check, so the bishop is ours. And there it is, we collect the bishop. That leaves us a piece for 2 pawns up. White to play, what's the move? That's checkmate, job done. Black to move, can you spot it? A fork. One move hits both the king and the queen, check. The king must move, so we win the queen. So the queen comes off, just as promised. That leaves us ahead on material, and the position is winning. Your move, what's best for white here? It looks like the queen just falls, but if the king takes it, a knight fork wins it right back. Check. And the king takes the bait onto exactly the wrong square. That forks the king and the queen. They can't both be saved. Check. The king has to step away, and the queen is ours. And we help ourselves to the queen. That leaves us ahead on material. White to play. What would you play? We give up the queen for the rook. There's an idea behind it. Check. The pawn promotes a brand new queen. That leaves us ahead on material, and the position is winning. Black to play. What's the move? The queen is pinned to the king. It can't run. All it can do is take our bishop, and that trade is a win for us. Whatever white tries, the queen is still in trouble. Check. And there it is. We collect the queen. Check. That leaves us ahead on material. Black to move. Can you spot it? We give up the rook, and the mate follows. Checkmate in 2. White grabs the rook. The offer accepted. We check the king. It's forced to move. Forced, the only move. Checkmate. The queen walks right in, backed up by the pawn. Your move. What's best for white here? We trade queens, and we're threatening a fork of the king and rook. Black captures our queen. The knight steps in where it can be won. That's a deliberate sacrifice. Check. Black takes the knight, just as we hoped. We win the rook back, and the material is level. That's the tactic. White to play. What would you play? Checkmate. The queen walks right in, backed up by the knight. White to play. What's the move? We invest the rook for the pawn. A sacrifice, not a slip. And we're threatening mate. Black takes the bait. We check the king and fork the rook. It can't be saved. The king steps away. The rook can't come with it. We win the rook back. Black goes after our rook. We move our rook to safety. Black checks us. We step the king out of check. We win a free rook. That leaves us ahead on material, and the position is winning. White to move. Can you spot it? Check. And the same move wins the bishop. There's no reply that saves it. The king has to move, and the bishop is left behind. So the bishop comes off, just as promised. That leaves us a piece for a pawn up. Your move. What's best for white here? A royal fork. Check on the king, and the bishop can't be saved. The king steps away. The bishop can't come with it. We check the king. We pick up a free bishop. Check. That leaves us a piece up. Black to play. What would you play? We win the exchange. That leaves us the exchange up. Every one of those was explained by the same engine that reviews your games in ChessImprover.